Okay, so I've never really seen these two directly compared to each other. This is the Langdon Tactical Optimized Hammer versus the Beretta Match Hammer. Let's start with the Langdon Tactical Hammer. So double action between these two is very similar. The key differences between them is their characteristics in single action. So the Langdon Tactical Hammer, I would say, has slightly more of a natural Beretta 92 brake to it. You could describe that as a rolling brake. So you have greatly reduced pre-travel versus a bone stock 92 FS or M9. So that's a big plus between both of these hammers, really. So key characteristic here is the roll through nature of this trigger pull. You get it? Again, let's zoom in. Slop is taken up, and it's not a particularly hard wall. Let's compare it to the match hammer. I would say the defining characteristic of this hammer is pretty apparent. So pre-travel is taken up pretty well, but the key characteristic of the match hammer is its very hard wall when you're trying to break to the pre-travel. You take up the pre-travel, you hit the wall, and at this point you're trying to make that final pull to the trigger, get through that wall. Will it be a glass rod break like a 1911? I don't think so. Let's check it out. You know, you can tell it's trying to be that. Again, you can tell how, I hope you can tell how hard the wall is. Yeah. Hard stop. Very hard stop. So is this as crisp a Beretta 92 trigger can be? I'm sure there are crisper out there, but I'm really just trying to show you the main characteristics of these two hammers. And let's really try to make it apparent here. Hard stop. You can maybe even pick it up audibly. Wall, breakthrough. It's trying to be as crisp as possible. Let's compare it to the LTT hammer. This, I would say, is trying to keep some of the rolling brake characteristic that you have with the stock 92 FS with the reduced pre-travel that you have with the match hammer. I believe, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Langdon was inspired by the match hammer by taking up the pre-travel. It's for sure, obviously, it's shortened very much, but its differentiating characteristic is the brake. More of a rolling brake. I'm sorry if I'm repeating this like so many times, but I'm not really good at totally explaining it. I'm trying to show visually while trying to awkwardly explain it as best I can. So you got it? Rolling brake versus hard stop. Gotta pull through it. Some people like that steep stop of a wall, I guess. Other people prefer the rolling brake. I think I'm part of the former. For me, the Beretta 92 is a combat pistol. It's not a match glass rod type of 1911 type match type of gun, national match type of gun. That's just my opinion. In any case, I just want to make a direct comparison between these two. Never seen them compared before. Let's break them down one more time. So the match hammer, heavy stack up, and what's trying to be a glass rod brake. I'm not sure if it really succeeds. And you have a solid stack and a firm but softer pull, softer brake with a Langdon trigger. Langdon hammer, sorry. There you go. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions between these two, I'll leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.